Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars by Web replay. So on the south side is the Brown Desert Von Bolt. We got Czary101. So on the north side is the Jade Sun Hawke. We got BongoBanjo. This is a lively game and it's also Fog of War, so this should be quite interesting. This map appears to be a triple base map. You do have a black boat on top of a pipe scene. Airport here, got compounds in the corner. The more players enter the sim of the map, the less congested it seems like. Wounded black boats are also on top of the HQs, which Hawke can repair on up. Do have a recon on the left flank for Von Bolt. Tank, infantry there. And a lot of infantry in the last turn by Von Bolt there as well. Hawke does have a tank now. Does do a slight boost. Reconnaissance on the map does spot the wounded black boat on top of the HQ. A black storm will put it down to 1% health. A black wave will just put it down to 1 health. We got now artillery and recon to put up by Von Bolt down south. Battlecopter, infantry. Tank, infantry, and infantry does get trapped there. Lots of property captures there. It's up to 16,000 income versus 10,000, so quite a bit of difference so far. Tank is first checking the recon. They can fall back and be a recon unit. Just fall back to one of these forests. Infantry, tank, and infantry. Up to 14,000 for 16,000. Also trying to flip the comm tower there. Von Bolt didn't manage to capture the comm tower. Artillery, tank, infantry. And double taps that infantry there. Stops the capture entirely. Tank, artillery heading up the city. Another tank for 4. So we got a nice chain of tanks there. Anti-air up here. Hawke's battlecopter some in the center, but there's a lot of shores and traversable terrain for the anti-air to rotate over here. Tank, recon. Von Bolt right now is 17,000 income versus Hawke's 18. Tank, battlecopter. Does double tack that tank over on the left side. Anti-air is too far out of range to hit that battlecopter. But the artillery is in range of that tank there. It's probably a good idea to shell it. It will probably leave the battlecopter nearby so the anti-air can push forward and hit it. Does shell the tank there, does interrupt the capture of the comm tower, and does fully stop there. Completely surrounds the battlecopter. Anti-air push forward. And infantry and base skip, which that was a purposeful base skip. He has 6,000 funds there. 9 minutes in the bank versus 11 minutes for Hawke. Does get some good strikes down south. Battlecopter in the region, ATR is pretty far away, so Von Bolt's battlecopter down south will be very effective. tank infantry. In turn for 6 minutes, so Hawke spent a lot of time on that turn. Takes the battlecopter there. He could eye a black wave, or go for black storm if he needs a little bit of extra firepower and healing. Only stops that capture once again. It starts capturing the comm tower himself. And it's out of vision range at the moment, if I'm not incorrect. Yes, it is. Or is it? That's got the, or put some good rounds of recon with 1 health remaining. It can still be recon unit. And the infantry unit does not take it out there. It may be close to 1% health at the moment. Tank ain't here. It's the capturing squad down to 2 health. You could try to join capturing. He has artillery there to help protect it. Getting a bit of heartburn right now. Good hits there. Anti-air will strike the artillery there for quite a nice amount of damage. You could join capture, of course. Decides not to join capture, just do a regular wound capture. Tank infantry. Resupplies the artillery with the black boat. It hits the tank there. Anti-air will strike the battlecopter down south. Hits the wounded infantry unit there. Recon hits the infantry unit. He drops the capture up north and will not finish off there. Vombo does have +1 comm tower, but feels like his damage is getting a little bit low up north. I don't know. He may be rolling a little bit unlucky this game. Black Storm could be deployed on in, and maybe a good idea to do it. Ex Machina will likely be deployed on the next turn, which could be manipulated, and probably not by this black boat. Looks like no Black Storm. Interrupts the capture. Good number of recons up north. We got a Neo tank, which could draw the Ex Machina. I have no idea where this Ex Machina will land. It hits the greatest combination of value, which will likely be that Neo tank, which he will spend 2 health to repair it with his day-to-day funds, and he can use a power or superpower to get that repaired up to full, but still. Oh wait, I'm getting the players' colors mixed up. That was Von Bolt's last turn. Von Bolt won the Neo tank, so got 2 damage global and 2 health for restoration. My mind's just butchered up. I think my allergies is causing issues with me. Ex Machina can now be pulled out next turn, which could be drawn over here. He's making good progress over here. Got triple tanks. Ew, this looks like an Ex Machina target. Yeah, right there looks like Ex Machina to me. Let's see. It has 112,000 on the field for Hawke. Von Bolt has 73, so he's severely behind. Hawke has ended the turn of 2 minutes remaining, so Von Bolt has plenty of turn time, which could allow him to win the game. He also did save some money last turn, so he's at 15,000. Or no, that's how much he has left over after repairs. But Ex Machina will likely strike right there. Yep, I guessed correctly. So that effectively locks down this entire flank. This tank can push forward and get some good spotting and good shooting. This tank is definitely locked down. New tank hitting on the right flank. Join capture there. 13 capture progress remaining. Tank, infantry. It's that infantry unit there. And insert for 86. Hawks are turned for 97. It's the recon there. Contar does get hit. It's that infantry unit there. Tank, battlecopter, infantry. And serve 116,000. Neo tank strikes a regular tank there. Resupplies a regular tank there. Interrupts the capture. Hits that unit there. Catch progress 4 remaining. Battlecopter hits battlecopter. And try machine guns that battlecopter. Interrupt zone capture. Starts recapturing full health. Tank, infantry, battlecopter. Vulnerable right now is 21,000 versus 20,000. And it's turn of 103. Hawke starts turn 103, so Hawke is about a turn behind. Does strike the regular tank there and there. Good progress down south by Hawke. However, there's still that Neo tank there. Hawke did appear to have run out of time, so the turn abruptly ended. In fact, he did not spend any monies last turn. Yep, it looks like he's out of time, which is going to cause some issues. Bomb Bolt has 5 minutes. He feels like he's been behind this entire game, but his black running out of time is massive. Takes out the anti-air there, so now his battlecopter has free reign of the moment. Anti-air in reserve though, and another anti-air up here, which is spotted. Recon, battlecopter, tank, infantry. And the artillery does reposition to this force. Did get spotted by that tank there. Full bomber, he decides to spend immediately before he loses his turn again. Artillery. He's holding back in the center and reposition the right flank. He needs a bomber head down south. That Neo tank. Tank recon. Managed to save 29 seconds there. Von Bolt still has 5 minutes. Been floating around that time. Takes a black boat. You could start capturing the HQ, putting pressure on it like that. Though it would be in range of the artillery. Von Bolt ends turn. He did consume a bit of time that turn, down to 2 minutes. Hawke has a black wave, which could be nice. Anti-air is now in range of the artillery up here. Bomber heading to the center. I think he positioned it out of vision range of everything. Didn't see like a full move there. Artillery, infantry, and battlecopter. He ends turn of 7 minutes or 7 seconds, not too much time remaining there. Anti-air will take out that battlecopter. Artillery strikes anti-air. That unit goes down. And now this anti-air is exposed. And this reserve anti-air is before, so this bomber could get a great strike there. Tanks could charge forward to get some good spotting. No infantry can up on the mountainside. It's probably best that the tank strike this infantry unit there and then hit up with that infantry unit there. Yep, a lot of lack of scouting there by by Hawke up north. Anti-air will strike battlecopter. And Von Bolt does have both comm powers at the moment. It's the anti-air there. Bomber nukes the tank. Oh, does not finish off one shot. It must have been a horrible luck roll. I actually just one-shot it. The plus 10% defense by Von Bolt saved the tank. And in fact, also Hawke doesn't have comm power to overcome it. This 10% firepower would improve his damage at least by 9%, guaranteeing from going 92 to at least 101. Black Storm's now available. We know if those units gets wounded. Anti-air does get ends turn on top of the city. Interrupts the capture down south. Infantry tank anti-air. Von Bolt's now down to 1:25. Hawke has 2 minutes 2 seconds. And here comes the Black Storm. It's the battlecopter there. Tank does not finish off that unit there. Has not spotted the anti-air just yet. And likely will not this turn. There's a black boat there. In front, shifting the bomb is actually not a bad idea. It will lure the anti-air over here. Or at least get away from a possible anti-air location. As long as the bomber stays in one location, more likely it will have a bit of support there. Comm tower being secure, looks like it's fully surrounded. Which the Neotank may be able to one-shot one of these guys. Ex Machina is very likely. It highly likely landed right here, hitting both the bomber and battlecopter. Makes some progress up north. Infantry recon. Mech gets shot down the tank and gets finished off. Zax's battlecopter there. Tank hits tank. Ends turn with 94. Hawke's turn 99. And ends turn with 9 seconds. So Von Bolt spent his time lead. So now both players are scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to time. And Ex Machina did land on the battlecopter and bomber. Or capture progress remaining, so join capturing it, or even just capturing it normally. It's not too far. The 1 health infantry unit can secure the capture. Hits the artillery quite hard there, and this artillery's out of range of everything. Neotank over here. Recon Mech infantry. Von Bolt ran out of time now. And Hawke did have 25 seconds left over last turn. T-Copter. An infantry unit for that T-Copter. Looks like just withdrawing from the region. This property is still despicably neutral. This made the property difference between the two players. Overall, though that is on Von Bolt's side of the map, so he has more of the flanks captured, while Hawke has more of the center part captured. And looks like got a fight now pulled by Von Bolt. Von Bolt ran out of time there. Hawke has a bit of extra time stored on up now. Artillery does strike that tank down south, and Neotank lurk in the woods. Bomber advancing, trying to get a first strike on that Neotank. Second bomber to take out the Neotank's probably a good trade. Anti-air strikes infantry unit there in range of the artillery. It does hit the recon there. Neotank will likely strike that recon. Or, oh, gets trapped on the Neotank there. Now, the Neotank pushes forward and hits the artillery. He knows it's going to get hit by the bomber and or Neotank. Also got another Neotank in reserve. Fire, of course, is going to be hunting down the bomber, trying to get some air superiority. Pulls back the Neotank. Is probably the best choice there. Neotank takes out the tank there. Battlecraft takes out that unit there. Artillery takes out the recon. I think it would have been better for him to strike the artillery there. He does have vision of it, or the anti-air. Used the bomber for that and did not. That was a pretty bad luck roll, wasn't it? It is only 7 health. So 6 damage guaranteed. He got good damage in return. Yeah, I think he should have used the artillery to hit that anti-air and probably would have one-shot it. Infantry, tank, and battlecopter. Machine guns down the tank. Fighter takes out the bomber. Now the anti-air could take a pretty good hit against that fighter and let the battlecopter hit the battlecopter. Pulls back to the region. Insert looks like he ran out of time there. Hawke's been conserving his time. When conserving means still pretty low. Hawke has 2 Neotanks down south, going for a full fighter there. It's the fighter down here, so I don't think that was worth to go for a full fighter. And it's to turn with a little more time, 56 seconds, giving a little bit of float. Trying to flip that central property. And Von Bolt's now back at both comm towers. It's that infantry unit there. Infantry anti-air. Artillery does get struck Neo-Tank. Neo-Tank strikes Neo-Tank. Does go with the full superpower there. Gives him some good health restoration while at it. Interrupts the capture there. Trying to flip the comm tower. Battlecopter recon infantry. 22,000 income versus 19,000. This property down south still despicably neutral. Hits the battlecopter there, and battlecopter gets hit there as well. Ex Machina is very likely going to be landing over here. Ex Machina is very... Hits his own battlecopter from his Ex Machina. Should have realized like there's two Neo-Tanks there. Then again, remember, they're scraping the bottom barrel of time. They don't have time to keep an eye of where the Ex Machina will land, though he did have his own turn. Or his opponent's turn to evaluate that. Battlecopter infantry. So this flank is largely knocked out for a turn, but there's nothing to capitalize on it. Alright, let's get one of those battlecopters there. Finish off a tank there. Battlecopter recon infantry anti-air. It's the battlecopter there. Fighter does actually have a decent amount of vision, so able to scout around with 1 HP, though it's not hidden on top of the forest. Maybe they don't. They may only just have 2 vision. I just may have got mixed up with the recon vision. Does not take out the battlecopter there. Fighter will finish with the 1 health fighter. Aircraft units cannot hide in forests. Battlecopter strike battlecopter, and we'll finish off the battlecopter there. And here we'll get some hits on the infantry in there, and the mech trying to flip it. Bombo still retains both comm towers, but he's starting to lose quite a bit of income right now. It's 17,000. And taking a lot of time just to repair up that Neo-Tank, which could be spotted next turn and be hit by a Neo-Tank. Hits the battlecopter a little bit there. Does get trapped there, and will finish off the Neo-Tank there. It's the squad trying to flip that property. 2 capture products remaining here, so Bombo will capture the last despicable neutral property. We do now have a regular power to on field, a black wave, nice little health restoration globally, and damage globally. Tank, battlecopter, recon, infantry. Von Bolt's turn. Down to 58,000, not too much left on the field for him. And looks like he did end his turn relatively early, didn't move a lot of his units there. He had a minute left in the bank, so I'm not sure what went on there. And those units do get picked on off. Slowly whittling down that infantry unit there. Tank, battlecopter, infantry, tank. Oh, and the game can no longer progress forward, so very likely Von Bolt has resigned. Give me a moment to double check this. Yep, looks like Von Bolt has resigned. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.